Roasting is one of the principles of cooking. We'll roast some chicken hindquarters. The oven's been preheated to about 375. So you can roast in a pan, you can roast on a sheet pan. A lot of times you could put a wire rack in here, that way whatever drips off of the item being roasted falls into the pan. You could throw some aromatics into the pan, set the food right on top of that. That's what I'll do. Toss these vegetables. This is just some mirepoix, which is onion, carrot, and celery in a ratio of 2 to 1 to 1. Just toss these in a little bit of oil and salt. The salt will help break the cell walls down of the vegetables, allow the flavors to pass between each other, and season the whole finished dish as well. So essentially I've created a wire rack out of vegetables that I can roast these chicken hindquarters on, and they'll release some of their aromatic flavors into the flesh of the chicken. You could also throw like root vegetables in there and serve those as a side dish. A little bit of salt. And pepper. This is just some dried thyme. So some of that. And this is just your regular paprika. Just a touch of that, enough to add a tiny amount of heat without making it spicy. So roasting, I'll make sure these are well seasoned. Roasting is a dry heat cooking method, the heat being transferred to the food through the hot air in the oven. Generally roast things uncovered. The amount of time depends on the size of the item being roasted and the doneness that you desire the item to be. A little bit more of everything. We'll obtain a good amount of caramelization on the surface of the food through both dehydration of water leaving the item being roasted and caramelization of different compounds. So those just go right on top of the vegetables. A little squeeze of lemon juice for flavor. And it just goes right into the oven. So those chicken hindquarters have been in the oven for about 20 minutes, probably more like 15. So a lot of fat has rendered, juices have accumulated from both the vegetables and the chicken in the bottom of the roasting pan. You could baste the item, which is just taking those juices and pouring them over the top. There is some oil in these juices that'll help the browning process. We'll throw a little bit more flavor on top of it, kind of insulate it from the dry heat. So baste as necessary. So another probably 10 minutes have passed, and chicken hindquarters, I'm almost certain that they're cooked to 165 or higher. You can see that they've got a nice caramelization on the surface, golden brown appearance. It should taste pretty good.